Wednesday?
Today's a Wednesday. I've actually been pretty pleased the last 2 days. The focus has been pretty good on the game plan. I mean, a little things we have to get cleaned up, but overall the execution's been very good. And at this time of year, we're going. They can see the light at the end of the tunnel and ready to go home. I think a lot of guys look to get home. First opportunity to get back to their families they've had in a long time and get some time off. So you can lose a little focus at times. So I've been pretty pleased that they've been right on task.
So they've been picking up some things about Wake Forest.
Oh yeah, just with our game plan. We went all basic, but within the game plan, it's you want it to feel like a regular game we got. I want us to be ready to go play the game on Thursday night this week. So we'd be ready to go play Thursday night if we had to. Right now we have to finish up with another strong practice. I think we'd be ready to go play Thursday night.
What really has stood out as far as what's challenging in preparing for this team?
They give you a lot of different looks on defense. They're not big defensive players, but they blitz all over the place. They're always moving around constantly, and coming from every different direction possible. And they got some real good playmakers in the secondary. And then offensively, they got a great scheme. They take advantage of their talent that they have. Their quarterback throws the ball well. They're completing over 60% of their passes on the year. I think he's done a great job, has a high TD to interception ratio, doesn't make mistakes, does things you need to do to win.
How have you been handling the quarterback rotation, especially on days like this when Tyler wasn't able to go full go?
Yeah, Chris is pretty tired.
Yeah. So with Dak, you don't necessarily split the snaps?
No, he stays with the scout team.
Really?
He's not going to play. So until they change that rule in the NCAA and let kids that are great students and do everything the right way, they'll give them 5 years eligibility, then he would be getting more reps.
So what do you do in practice? There's always maybe a worry or that thought out there that maybe, Chris, if he played or, Tyler's not available, he can get hurt. What do you do behind Chris?
We put Tyler in. Tyler will be ready to play.
Yeah.
So we have those two. We just got to try to keep him healthy.
Is he wearing the same brace this week, or is he?
Yesterday he didn't. Today he did. We do a day on, day off right now because he's still so close to getting banged up. But we expect him ready to go by the time we get to the bowl game.
So how did he look yesterday working full practice?
Pretty good, a little sore, a little sore like you'd expect. But the good thing about Tyler, he's a guy that, he grits through it. A lot of players, especially, they don't have to go through playing with some pain and some being banged up during their career, and he's learning how to do that and, has a great attitude about it, and it's going to help him in the future.
How was it for Dak and some of the other true freshmen that got so many reps Friday night kind of for the first time, bouncing back this weekend?
I think it's great for him. That whole prep, what it does is it really jumpstarts you in this offseason. When you go in the offseason and you meet, you go to watch film, you talk about football, they have a little bit of a foundation now for what you're talking about. They're not sitting there looking like it's the first day of training camp or the first day they showed up on campus in a complete blank slate. So for a lot of those young guys, there's going to be a little foundation for us to go build off of going into spring ball.
You mentioned it before. What do you like about their quarterback? He's had to grow up really, really quick.
Yeah, very accurate and tough. Has a quick release. You watch that. A lefty just always gives you a little bit different deal in that wherever he's scrambling to, it's a little bit different.
You expect the ACC, SEC feud to continue with this?
The feud?
Keep the SEC on top of things?
Sure. I didn't know there was a feud between the SEC and the ACC. Is there?
The SEC being such a target during bowl season.
We did what?
The SEC being such a target during bowl season.
Well, doesn't matter who you play. I think that part of going against, being the top conference in all of college football.
I heard you this morning on the national radio, getting asked about jobs and everything, and you mentioned about how much you love Starkville and how you believe it's a premier job. I was wondering if you can just maybe expound on that a little bit and why you think it's a premier job.
Well, what it is everything that we have focused on doing since we've been here, we've had the support to do. We're building a brand new football facility. We're looking to expand the stadium. We've sold out 2 straight years of tickets, over 2 years right now. Every game's been sold out. You know, I mean, you have great high school football here in Mississippi, and we're getting most of the top prospects to come play for us. And, you know, as you continue to build that with all of the support we have from our administration, from our fan base, and from the people of Mississippi believing in what we're trying to do, and put on top that you're playing in the best conference in all of college football, makes it a pretty special place.
Marvin Burrs kind of had a really good year on special teams. He kind of earned that reputation for being that guy that makes plays.
He was he was our special teams player of the year last year, and you know, I mean, it's a great thing. I think he's really picked up some other players play on special teams because they can look at him, watch his performance level on special teams, and you know, I think especially young players, a lot of young players think, oh, the guy that's the special teams guy, if I'm not a returner, I mean, I'm not the star of special teams. That's not it in college football. I mean, it's who's making the tackles, who's making the plays, who's containing the ball. Those are the most important parts. And so I think he's been a great role model to some young guys, how hard he goes at it, and that he, you know, that's his role. You know, I mean, his role, I mean, he's a backup corner, plays a little bit of DB, but he's a starter on special teams. And everybody has a role on the team. And, you know, when you get everybody to buy in and believe 100% in your role and doing it to the best of your ability, like guys like Marvin has done, you're going to have a successful football team.
Let's assess the linebackers through 12 games. You know, there were so many questions about them in the preseason, and now you got two guys that are close, or at least one already, but two close to triple-digit tackles.
Yeah, they've done pretty good, you know, throughout the year. I'm pleased with the progress they made, you know. Because they were going to be a question mark for us coming into the season. I think they played solidly throughout the year. And, you know, with some young linebackers coming back, I think we have a good future.
What's tomorrow's practice going to look like? Just like I said, typical Thursday?
Regular Thursday practice for us. You know, I mean, like we always do, with just helmets and go through all our mock game and all that stuff that we normally do on Thursday. Just like it's a regular Thursday, as if we'd walk off the field Thursday and be done.
What do you have Tyler Russell do during the Christmas break? Stay off his feet?
Yeah, well, you know what? I probably should pay attention to that because he's out throwing 7-on-7, even today on his off day. He's out throwing a whole bunch. But, you know, the nice thing, he only lives down the street, so I might come back and get a treatment or two during the Christmas holiday just to drive up and see our trainers and get a treatment or two and get ready to go play.
When you guys get up there to Nashville, do you expect them to practice every day without the brace, or do you?
I want to see, you know, I mean, that obviously would be the best. I want to see. The most important thing is having him ready for the game and getting him the reps he needs to be ready to go play in the game. And so we'll see that. I mean, it's a week from today, so, you know, that's eons in injury.
What exactly is it? What exactly is it with his knee?
MCL.
MCL?
Yeah.
A strain or sprain? Or?
MCL sprain.
Okay. Is anybody, with finals over, has anybody been declared ineligible for the bowl game or anything like that?
I mean, Asian rough, but you don't have to put that out to put that kid down. He's
Oh,
a walk-on
was he
kid.
leaving the
I think he's
team?
going to Itawamba,
You know, they don't-
ICC.